joining me. It is Friday, December 18th, 2020, and I'm really glad for us to be here today. I've got our card deck out there, and I'm reading from the Chrysalis Tarot by Holly Sierra, written by Tony Brooks, so you'll see that. Just an amazingly beautiful deck. I'm really glad to be able to use it today, so I'll be pulling from there. Make sure you like and subscribe to my page so that you can get the alerts when I am doing a segment. Thank you so very much. We're going to go ahead and turn over the first card, and it is the Divine Child, the Hierophant. And I'm going to show you the art first before I let you know, before I reverse it, because it came in the reverse. But isn't that the most gorgeous thing there? As a divine child representation of the Hierophant. We know that for those that are learning Tarot, each of the major arcana definitely is a major event that's happening in our life. It's something that we need to pay attention. It's not something of the it's not a mundane issue. It's not just a come and go, but something that really is the framework of your life at the moment. And so here the Hierophant comes up. So let's get a clearer picture so we can see what else is in today's energy. The next card that we're going to pull is the Ravens, the Magician. And this card came up right side up. Look at that. Just absolutely gorgeous. Ravens, the Magician. There you go. And the next card I'll pull is the Nine of Mirrors. However, that card came up reversed. So I'm going to show that to you. Excuse me. Show that to you in the regular. There you go. But it came up reversed just like that. These cards are absolutely beautiful. And I want to show you the backs of these cards. Isn't that the most gorgeous? Beautiful artwork. Just absolutely paintings by Holly Sierra. You can find her on Instagram as well. Just absolutely wonderful. So let's go ahead and talk about this, and we'll also discover what is blocking us from being able to acquire what we need to make changes in this particular energy message. Well, the Divine Child, the Hierophant is definitely connected to legalities, expectancy, and something that is traditional. And the fact that the Divine Child represents this traditional aspect. However, if you notice that it's reversed, and this is really about letting go of an old system of things, not necessarily a system of the child. It's just a representation, but it may be how children are, or how people connect with one another. It also can connect to some sort of legalities, a document, something of serious nature. However, it's a promise. And in this case, promises don't necessarily have to be broken, which is really interesting that the card is reversed, but that we need to see how our word can hold true if we're not basing it on old ways of thinking or outdated ways of thinking. And so here we have the Raven, who is the witch's bird. So we have the Raven here, and this represents the representation of the Magician. And what I really like about this is that this card really gives the admonition that we need to free ourselves from old tradition or tradition that might be outdated and create something that now fits where you are. Now, it's very interesting. You notice that the Raven, it's just not one Raven, it's two. I like that. So in this case, before we may have been working by ourselves, our own idea, our own thoughts, not so much about the intuition and the magical practice of it, but now allowing all elements to assist to bring the change, bring the support, bring the new condition, so that the old tradition that is outdated can now be updated with something that works not just for you personally, but for a community, for yourself and for someone else. Now, in doing so, you might face a lot of judgment. We have the Nine of Cups. In this case, it's the Nine of Mirrors, and I'll show you what it looks like forward. Really beautiful. And in this case, this Nine of Mirrors is really about self-reflection. However, it has to do with letting go of the emotional communication relationships of other people that have no bearing. If you notice, no bearing, the trees, there's the bearing tree, right? Have no bearing on your current situation. There are different opinions. And so as you release a traditional way of doing things and creating your own story, you may have to, you may feel obligated to listen to different ideas, other people's thoughts, other people's concern, other communication from other relationships. And that's rightfully so, because we have people that really do love and care for us. However, again, you're living your own life. And old traditions may have been based on fears or the works of keeping people in control. Whereas this card now is saying, listen, you don't have to go according to that in order to get what you want, but you do have to create something. And in creating something, you've got to let go of feeling obligated to other people and their opinions. And maybe a group of people. It could be friends, it could be family, whatever the case is. But you just need to recognize that sometimes that energy can be really detrimental. Now, what can keep us from being able to move forward? Sometimes it's really, we're worried about what friends and family would say. So, oh, I love this. Merlin, the hero. I like Merlin, and Merlin in this case is the fool. And so what can keep us from moving forward is that we take a risk at listening to other people. And that risk can keep us from being able to create. Risk in communicating with other people and listening to their ideas or their feelings or their ideas. And therefore you may find yourself not being able to get out of some traditional way of thinking and not being able to create the life that you desire to enjoy with the people that you care for, or the persons. And this card definitely is about letting go of having to get approval from from other people. It's very simple. So, and I love this card for that. Well, thank you for joining me this week. I'll be with you next week on Tarot, the Witch's Tradition. You can definitely subscribe to my channel, like and subscribe. Also, you can visit me at michaela-rena.com to get your own personal reading so that you can master your life. Ashe.